thanks everybody for coming out tonight and to help celebrate Kit's or Catherine. I'm not sure now that you're retiring, formal or informal. Kit's retirement. Really appreciating the turnout is fantastic. Just before we say a few words, once we finish a few sort of speeches, nothing formal. If there's anyone who wants to come up and say a few words as well, that's appreciated. But right afterwards, you can go to see the gallery, through the gallery, around, you have from 6 to 7. At about 6:30, sorry?
They have access to the gallery between 6 and 9. So it's
Oh, okay, so it's the whole night, okay. And then around 6:30, one of the food station will open up, so there'll be some more food if you haven't had enough yet. So thanks very much. So Kit, I just want to, I don't want to make a long speech. I might cry, and I don't know.
Oh, we want to see that.
You're on camera.
But I do want to thank you for the fantastic job you've done. I think as most people, we work with a lot of people over the years. We get to meet some wonderful people, have some great experiences, and but then you meet that special one or two people. And I think Kit, for me, you fall into that category, that exceptional one, the one beyond just a good person. I think you understood the lab, you understood people, which I think was the most important, and I think you cared about people's well-being, what happened to them. I think people knew they could go to Kit at any time for advice, to discuss things, issues, and she would take them seriously. And believe me, I know, because we would discuss many things, and she always had very sound, very solid advice as to what she would recommend for people. But for myself personally, Kit, I thank you. I can't thank you enough for the support you've given me, for all the help in terms of saving me from the headache of looking after the lab, because you look after the lab and I just go around saying it's my lab. But probably the most important, Kit, I think, is your friendship. I truly value that, and I hope even now that you're retired, that'll continue. So thanks very much, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's funny that Dr. Mazzulli is talking about the one, because if you guys have ever had love lives or people who you've loved or had crushes on, you may understand the feeling of the one that got away. And so I haven't had the opportunity to work with Kit as long as many of you have. And I feel kind of bittersweet because I have long admired Kit. So I've been part of the Sinai family for over 10 years. And I would see Kit from time to time in joint meetings that we have. And my impression of her has always been one of understanding microbiology deeply. As Tony says, caring about her people deeply. She has such a unique balance of really being analytical and smart about her decision making, but also so caring and empathetic to the people she works around. And so when I ended up taking on the position and having the opportunity to work with Catherine or Kit, it was a dream come true for me. And so one of the very first conversations she had was, I'm looking forward to working with you, but I am very close to retiring. And I wanted to retire a long time ago, but I'm hanging in there because I care so deeply about microbiology and the people here. And so it's hard for me to let go. And so I know that the time has come now where we have an official retirement party. I think everyone feels like it's very difficult that you are actually officially retiring. You have been a dynamic duo with Tony for so long. You've built the Sinai Microbiology Lab and the joint Sinai UHN Microbiology Lab to be internationally renowned. You have done such tremendous things for the leadership of microbiology as well as for Sinai and in partnership with UHN. So we're incredibly grateful for the leadership that you've demonstrated. But I think it really comes down to what Tony said. It's just that you have such a caring heart around the people that you work with. You are easy to talk to and approach. You listen really, really well. you have such a balanced perspective of things because there's always competing priorities and so many different things that we all have to take care of, and yet you're able to find that middle ground that allows us to move forward. And you're very irreplaceable. So it's so hard to find a new director for microbiology. And so I'm grateful that you're still continuing to help guide, even though you're officially in retirement. And I also want to thank your husband, because behind you is a patient and generous partner to allow you to have the time to lead this formidable group. And so I hope everyone in the room feels so proud of what you've accomplished as a team under Catherine's leadership, because it truly is an outstanding lab. And that's someone who's only joined in the last year and a half. I see it firsthand now, but I've always known about the reputation of the UHN Sinai Microbiology Lab for many, many years. So thank you, Catherine. It's been a tremendous year and a half, and I look forward to the next evolution, even though it's stepped down a little bit.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Tony.
I don't know if anyone else has any other, like to say a few
I'll have a
words.
go. Well, it's been a while since I spoke to you all as a group. You're all babies the last time I saw you. So many of you have now retired, as have I, but I'm back. What can I say about Kit? Well, Kit and I really were joined at the hip for at least 15 years, I would think, a long time, right? And with Tony and Kit and Bob, we brought the lab to a certain level. And after I left, Tony and Kit took it all the way. So I'm so proud of you and Tony. As you know, I do a lot of travel in Canada, visit a lot of labs, and they all talk about Mount Sinai, and you'll be surprised how many people are still using the Mount Sinai manual. Sorry, UHN Mount Sinai, I get fired again.
It's okay. I know, I get tongue-tied too.
But it's wonderful, and you know, you all helped in that journey. You helped Kit and Tony and myself bring the lab on, and I just want to thank you all, but especially Kit and Tony. We're still good friends. We've never stopped seeing each other, and I can't forget Pauline. Where's Pauline? Pauline's my buddy too. Yeah, Pauline was my right-hand man. That's what I used to call her. And then my assistant. Lovely. It's just great to see you all again, but this is Kit's day, so Kit. I only borrowed it for 10 minutes.
That long?
Yeah.
Anyone else? Oh, please, Raymond.
Sorry. Hi. So I remember Kit and I first meeting 5 years ago. And Kit said, "Ray, I'm thinking about retiring." And every year we've been saying, "Ray, I think I'm retiring. Ray, I think I'm retiring." By the 4th year, I said, "Yeah, whatever." But I can't believe that you actually decided, and it's really sad when I heard that you were serious. I know that you wanted to travel, but I thought with all the great work that you've done in terms of building this department, going back to the TML days, because I remember one of our first discussions was based on TML. Because I was at Life Labs, and TML was a joint partnership with Life Labs, UHN, and Mount Sinai. That we had great stories in terms of when we first spoke about all the good work and the continuation of the good work that you've built out. So I can see from everybody that's here that you care for them and they care back for you. And even when we're discussing about budgets and everything, we had to make sure it's a balanced approach. And you've always fought for your staff, and that they were one of the main priorities. Even when we're implementing the WAS lab, one of the main things is your staff and your priorities. So I want to thank you for everything that you've done over the many years. I still can't believe that you're retiring. And it's going to be very, very hard to fill your shoes going forward. I don't even know how we're going to fill your shoes. I think Tony's going to staying up late at night trying to figure it out. But thank you for all your service. I miss you, but I hope you do come back, and I hope I see you more in the next 6 months to a year as we continue to run.
Thank you.